All right, I'm doing a day trip up to Clayton, North Carolina to go look at a Tesla Model S for my wife. It's about 119 miles around one way. So currently I'm at 286 miles of range, 100% state of charge. I'll be interested to see how many times I have to charge up. You can see 119 miles to my destination. And I know that I'm going to have to charge somewhere along the way, but we'll see what happens. We'll check in soon. So just by turning the AC on, I've only driven about 2.9 miles, stopped to get something to drink. Then it dropped down from 286 to 272. AC is set at 72 degrees, and we'll see how the day goes. All right, 17 miles into my trip. I got start off with 286 miles of range, currently at 247. Again, only driven 17 miles so far, currently at 92% state of charge, and I'm getting 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. So driving the Kia on a little road trip. So the differences between the different modes is right now I'm in eco mode. That's normal mode, so range drops down to 229. If you put it in sport mode, it drops down to 222. If you put it into GT mode, it turns off everything. Then it drops down to 213 miles of range. But as soon as I flip it over to GT mode, it actually disengaged the lane centering, or lane centering is still on, but it disengaged the cruise control, the adaptive cruise control. So that was interesting. But you can see the different ranges that you get under the different modes. So if I go back into eco mode, we jump back up to 235 miles of range. When you have the adaptive cruise control on with lane centering, the car will make lane changes for you. All you have to do is turn the turn signal on, and then the car will move over for you like it just did right there, and then it recenters itself, and we're good to go. So what happens when you don't put your hands back on the wheel? Right now I'm currently in lane keep assist with adaptive cruise control on. So what happens when the car prompts you to put your hands back on the wheel and you don't do it? So we'll just keep on watching the video. So it's asking me to put my hands on the wheel. So what happens when you don't? So it's starting to beep at me and it's starting to flash. Still beeping. So basically it just turns off, and then it forces you to touch the wheel because it didn't even slow down. It just kind of turned off. Interesting. All right, I've driven 61.1 miles. I'm still getting about 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. I started off with 286 miles of range, and now I'm at 192 miles of range left, sitting at 72% state of charge. I'm cruising along with traffic about 80 miles an hour, and I've got the AC set at 72, and we'll see how it goes. All right, I've driven for 85.7 miles, still getting about 2.6 miles per kilowatt. I am down to 153 miles of range, and the battery is at a 60% state of charge. All right, currently at 50% state of charge. So far I've driven 104.1 miles. Started off at 286 miles of range, currently at 124 miles of range. Again, I'm at, well, now it's at 49% state of charge. Currently at 94% range left, sitting at 40% state of charge. I have driven for 125.2 miles. Again, started off with 286 miles of range. All right, currently sitting at 37% state of charge, 79 miles of range left. Not a lot of charging options in Clayton, North Carolina. I went to one, it was out of service. It was a charge point, but it was at a, I think, an apartment complex. I'm trying to get to a 100 kilowatt charger to try to get up to a faster state of charge. On my way over to see if I can get in on one of those. Trying to find a DC fast charger, but there's really nothing around here. So I'm going to try this other one and see what happens. So the best I could find in the Raleigh, Clayton, Garner area is this EV Go station at 100 kilowatts per hour. So I'm only getting 96 kilowatts. But I'm going to charge up to 80%. It's going to take about 22 minutes to get to 80%, and then on home. All right, a quick charge back up to 80%. I was here for about 20 minutes. Currently at 185 miles of range. Last time I drove, I charged to 100%. I got 286 miles of range. Drove for 145 miles, only getting 2.7 kilowatts per mile. And the car was on for 3 hours and 45 minutes. So right now, 80%, heading home. All right, had to charge my car back up to 80%. Currently sitting at 99 miles of range left. Started off at 186 miles of range. Currently, again, started off at 80%. Currently sitting at 47% state of charge. I've driven for 68 miles, and I'm getting 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. All right, currently I've got about 26 more miles to go before I get to my destination. I'm currently at 65 miles of range left, sitting at 33% state of charge, and I have driven for 94.7 or 8 miles, and I'm getting 3.6 kilowatt per mile. And when I started at 186 miles of range, so you can see that reducing pretty quickly. All right, currently just got to 30% state of charge, 57 miles of range left. Drove for 101.4 miles, getting 3.6 kilowatts per mile, and I've driven for 1 hour and 24 minutes, and I've got about 16.4 miles to go to get to my destination. Okay, finished my trip. On the way back, I started off with 186 miles of range. I got 32 miles of range right now. Started off at 80%, currently at 18%. Drove for 123.7 miles, getting 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour, and I drove for 1 hour and 47 minutes. So again, start off with 186 and ending up at 32 miles of range.